Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to continue our NFL predictions with the divisional round predictions. Last week, I pretty much split. I went 3-3. I got the Rams game right, I got the Bears game right, and I got the Patriots game right. But I lost the Jaguars game, I lost the Eagles game. Not complaining about literally any one of those, and I lost the Steeler game lost, which again I'm not complaining. But I gotta say it, the playoffs are off to a great start. Is what happened when we don't have Patrick Mahomes, Philadelphia in the playoffs? I'm just asking. But let's just dive right in. And we're starting off with the Buffalo Bills taking on the Denver Broncos. Bills last week, they got a road win over the Jacksonville Jaguars. It was very, very close. Back and forth in the fourth quarter, but Josh Allen snuck his way in and scored the game-winning touchdown. The Bills got an interception late thrown by Trevor Lawrence, and that's how they got into the divisional round. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they're the number one seed. They did not play last week, but of all the number one seeds here, they're kind of vulnerable. I'm not saying that they're a bad team or the best team in the world, but if you watch the eye test of this Broncos team, do you think they could win an AFC Championship game of how they did? But once you're in the playoffs, you never know what's going to happen. And this year is the definition of that statement. And in this game, I actually, while I do think the Broncos do have a chance, I'm going to go with playoff experience. I think the Bills take care of business on the road. They're going to get the win here. And the Broncos, they're going to have the same fate happen to they'll have the same fate that happened to them last year, losing to the Bills in a playoff game. Moving right along, we have an NFC West matchup between the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The 49ers got a huge road win over the Philadelphia Eagles, while Seattle, they're the number one seed. They obviously had a bye week, but ironically, the last time we saw Seattle was when they beat the team that they're playing right now in the 49ers. But in that game, it was a very low scoring affair. 13-3 was the final score. Seattle defense ate, and also their running game had a very strong game in that Week 18 Saturday night matchup. And in this game, ugh, I think this one might be a little ugly. 49ers, this is when all the injuries they all it comes back and bite them. It was one thing that they beat the Philadelphia Eagles, but going up against Seattle in a playoff game where Seattle hasn't lost a home playoff game since, well, COVID year, and I don't think anyone really acknowledges that. But if you look at the last time Seattle truly lost a home playoff game with a home crowd, gotta go all the way back to 2004 when that happened. When I think the Rams were the team that beat them in the wild card round. So, with that in mind, I'm definitely taking Seattle. Tough place to play, especially when the playoffs are on the line. I think it's going to be a very similar game to what happened in Week 18. And then we have, okay, I know this says Monday Night Football, but this is really a Sunday 3:30 game on ESPN. You got the Houston Texans taking on the New England Patriots. The Texans, their defense, they came to play against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not only getting a win, but they ended up holding them out of the end zone. Scored not one, but two defensive touchdowns in that game. And they pretty much sent Mike Tomlin into temporary retirement. And now for the New England Patriots, okay, their game was a little more uglier against the Chargers, but they ended up getting the win here. And there isn't really much else to say about their game last week. This one, I do think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be very, very ugly. Don't expect a big score in this one. And would you say the score could be 6-7? And with that in mind, and this is another tough game to predict, but with Nico Collins having a concussion, I don't know his status for the game. I'm going to go New England Patriots to win, and they'll go to the AFC Championship game. Last but not least, we have the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Chicago Bears. Rams getting a road playoff win over the Carolina Panthers. It was a come from behind game. And the Chicago Bears getting a come from behind win over the Green Bay Packers. Where Green Bay pretty much they imploded. And in this one, I'm hearing rumors that the weather is going to be rough. Mega, mega, mega rough. And I could go, and it's kind of holding me back on taking the Rams in this one, if you ask me. Bears, I mean, sure, they got an offense, but the offense usually only turn it on in the second half. This is one game I think could go in. Of all the playoff games that's being played, all of them could really go in any direction. This one, I really think could go in any direction. And after doing some soul searching, back and forth, and even though the Rams are on the road playing in the cold, I still think they're going to do just enough to get the win. As long as they have a double digit lead with 3 minutes left in the game. If they don't have a double digit lead, then it's pretty much trouble. But I'm going to go with the Rams. Hopefully they use the running game to their advantage to combat the cold. And yeah, that wraps up the divisional round predictions. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Gamble safely. I'll see you next time.